I'm going to thank Rachel and Travis for getting us started in such an excellent way. And then I'm going to thank all of you for carving out some of your precious time to join us and just get a tiny taste of what it is that the Lord's doing in Africa. And you'll get constant invitations to join us and go see some of the companies that you'll have a chance to be there. More about that in a minute, because tonight we're all going to have a chance to celebrate a very special couple and a very special person who was the founding board chair of Thorrington. And if Peter Thorrington hadn't been willing to step forward and lend his wisdom, his guidance, his questions, his support, none of us would be here. There'd be 109,000 fewer jobs in Africa because what you are doing would not be here if it weren't for Peter. So Peter, I want to personally say thank you for the leadership that you have provided. And who could have known that when the Lord was speaking to me in early 2016, I had no idea what he had in store, but I knew the person I wanted to go to for wise counsel, great questions, and the encouragement to just listen, pray, and continue on whatever journey that he placed before us. And that was Peter, supported by Monique. Without them, we wouldn't have had a chance to recruit the phenomenal board of directors, Kathy now taking over as the board chair, and the others who were introduced, and a couple who are not able to be here. But since the very beginning, it was Peter's vision and generosity, shaped by your faith, always keeping Christ at the center of whatever we're doing, that was critical to make sure that our DNA was built on that foundation and no other. That what's next question in 2016 was not clear to any of us back then.
That's for sure.
But early on, when we started this journey, we came to find a book by John Reinhardt called Gospel Patrons. Any of you that are an investor that goes back in time a ways got a copy of that book back then. And Peter, I just want to say that if we were to be able to talk to John and get an addendum added to that book, I'd want to make sure that you were front and center on the addendum for what a gospel patron looks like in 2025 back through 2016, not all the way back in the 1800s. I will deeply miss our regular calls, our planning for board meetings, talking through ideas, being challenged by what else we could do differently. But even as you step down as board chair, I know that your fingerprints will be all over whatever it is that Thorrington does in the future, because I think you and Monique planted an oak tree of Christ-centered impact, one of whose branches will extend so far into the future that none of us will have a chance to see it. But that's what's been created by what you've done. So on behalf of the board, the team, our clients, the thousands of lives that have been touched because of your stewardship of your own giftedness, we want to thank you and have some special ways of celebrating you this evening. I won't say who was party to this, but Kathy is going to help from here.
Team effort, as always. Peter, you have been there right from the start. David, can I give this to you?
Yep, sorry.
You have been there right from the start. I was there early on too, but you beat me. And it's just truly, you and David pulled together a team, but you have been the champion. You've been championing and supporting, visioning, questioning, guiding, and with your quiet humility, you have just been an amazing leader. All of us owe you an immense debt. Those of us who work at Thorrington, but such a ripple effect of so many far beyond. And I hope you know that, but we asked, and actually everybody wanted to contribute. We asked others to make comments. I'm going to be the channel for several others' comments, but because I'm going to take the time to really read some of the things that were gathered. But what's going to be lovely, one of our gifts in addition to the intangible of the gratitude, is a beautiful book that we'll give to you in just a second, pulled together of tributes and comments and memories and mementos of your time at Thorrington. There wasn't one person who didn't send something wonderful and touching and endearing, and so you'll enjoy it. You and Monique will both enjoy this. Let me just read a few excerpts, though, because everyone had something special. It was hard to even pick, so let me just start by reading a few excerpts of comments that you'll find in your book when you get it. Dear Peter, it's difficult to choose appropriate words for the level of gratitude that we owe to you, for your vision, for your wisdom, your leadership, your generosity with all manner of the resources God has trusted you with. All of us hope to live a life which glorifies Christ and which sows for the growth of his kingdom. You have been an example par excellence in these areas and more. We trust that God will bring forth fruit. We know and trust that God will bring forth fruit probably for decades beyond what any of us will see with our own eyes. It's no exaggeration to say that there would be no Thorrington without you. We all believe that. We know that. Another friend of yours wrote, Peter and Monique, from the very beginning, your faith-filled generosity and encouragement have helped lay the foundation for Thorrington. But more than that, it's the way that you live that has left a lasting impact on me and so many others. Rooted in Christ, marked by humility and joy, you've modeled what it means to serve with open hands and open hearts. Your lives have truly inspired not just your own children and your grandchildren, but also the younger generations at Thorrington staff, partners, and the communities we serve across Africa and beyond. I wish we had an hour to go on. I can't go on forever, but there was one that I read this whole book so willingly. There was one that really caught my imagination that I want to read, and it would be something that, Peter, you couldn't know. It's so many people wrote about you and your leadership, your humility, your strength, but this includes the arc of a story in Africa. It's from one of our investment companies, our investees in Africa. And the arc, it's worth reading the whole thing. I'm going to read the whole 5-6 paragraphs. It tells the arc of a story of not only Peter's involvement, but of this family and the mark that Peter has left on the family and on the business. It has a whole arc to it, and I couldn't excerpt it, so here we go. It's fabulous. Dear Peter, there are moments in life when someone enters your story and changes its entire trajectory. This is from Ben Carson, by the way. You should know who's writing. Not through grand gestures or dramatic declarations, but through quiet belief, steady presence, and the kind of humble generosity that transforms life without fanfare. You and Monique have been those people for us. When Thorrington took that first leap of faith in Long Miles Coffee, you weren't just investing in a business model or a market opportunity. You were investing in a dream that coffee could be a bridge between continents, between African coffee farmers and consumers, between what is and what could be. That Long Miles Coffee was among Thorrington's first investments speaks to something profound about the vision you have helped to foster. You saw impact not as an add-on to business, but at its very heart. But beyond the boardrooms and the business plans, what moves us most is how you've walked alongside us as people. Christy and I often reflect on this truth, and we would not be in Kenya today without you and Monique. More than that, we're not sure where Long Miles Coffee would be at all. Your belief didn't just open doors, it opened possibilities that we couldn't have imagined on our own. The way you lead with humility, you give with grace, you guide with wisdom, has shaped not just our business, but how we want to raise our children. They've watched you demonstrate that success is measured not by what you accumulate, but by what you make possible for others. I find that inspiring. I so want to live this way. We all do. As you step down from your role as chair, we want you to know your fingerprints are all over this story and others. Every cup of coffee that travels from the hills of Burundi to cafes around the world, every farmer whose life is impacted, every moment of connection our coffee creates, it all traces back to your willingness to believe before there was much to see. Thank you, Peter. Another really special woman on our team in Africa, on the Thorrington team, wrote you a poem and recited it, and we want to show that video for you now. So everyone, please turn your attention to the screen.
Hey everyone, my name is Linda Keraithe, and I'm part of the Thorrington team in Nairobi. Some of you may remember me from last year's Bringing Hope celebration, and I am actually recording this video from our Nairobi office. Today, I'd like to dedicate a few words to someone special, someone who embodies investing not just with capital, but with faith and purpose. This poem is to you, our chairman Peter, and through you to all of us who believe that the seed that we are currently sowing in Africa will one day bring a harvest. The poem is called The Harvest Will Come. I grew up under Africa's sun, where joy and struggle share the same road, and where barefoot dreams run to closed doors, and hope learns to be patient. Here, entrepreneurs fight to build with bare hands, chasing opportunity through dust and doubt. All they need is breath in tired lungs, rain on the ground, a hand that says, you can stand, you can run. Last year, I saw you cry, the first tears I have ever seen in a grown man's eyes, and that moment I knew, this is calling, this is stewardship, this is God's work. Your capital is faith in action, your investment a prayer planted in Africa's soil. I believe the harvest will come, rich, abundant, and shaping generations we may never see. May your tears nourish the seeds, and may your faith call for the rain, and may the God who began this work in you bring it to a harvest that endures generations. Thank you to you all.
Lovely.
Peter and Monique. Monique, will you join?
We need you up here too. You can help him open the gift. Truly, you were a little buddy in some of this. Come on up, Peter. It has been an absolute privilege. And we know it's not the end. We just know that it's a stepping away thing. This is from all of us to you. Please.
All I can say, this has been very humbling. It's also totally unexpected, and I'm not sure well-deserved. But all I can say, it's been a wonderful journey. It's been very affirming of my faith. Miracles still happen.
Miracles too.
Thank you for all those who made it happen.
Amen.
You can help him open it.
You want to open? I think. Don't stand back, Monique. You can help him open this. You want? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
But as the lady said then, I cry easily, so I've got to try and keep the emotions on.
Oh no, we like it when men cry. This is good. Pull off. Yeah, there you go. All right, Peter. It's for you. Open it up.
You can read it out loud to folks.
Great appreciation to Peter for his service to Talenton and to the least of these, 2018 to 2025. Thank you all.